Let's talk about that moment when your in laws put in zero effort when they're giving gifts to your children. A listener wrote in and said, "This is just another level." So last Christmas, her father in law stood up in front of everyone in the living room, waving $100 bill, asking, "Hey, can anyone break this up?" Once he got it into smaller bills, he just went to the kids, like divided it up, and he was like, "Merry Christmas." So he just handed them cash. Merry Christmas. So the day of Christmas, no forethought, nothing. Just here's some cash. That's it. She said it was humiliating. She finds it offensive. And so she's asking us, is it appropriate to have my husband talk to his parents, or should we just say, let's skip gifts altogether? Because it's very hurtful in her opinion. So I went to my husband and I said, hey, if this was happening to us and this is what your parents were doing to our kids, what would you do? And immediately he's like, I'll tell them to get their act together. Like, they're young kids. They deserve some effort. So he would go to his parents and call them out on it. I saw this a little bit different. And the reason why I hesitated going his path, because you can do that, but the one thing that made me hesitate is as it stands right now, it doesn't seem like the father-in-law is very aware of how his actions are being perceived or how they're landing. So it's not like he's considering other people. And that makes me worried that if you bring this up to him, or your husband does, they might get really defensive. They might call you ungrateful. It might make Christmas so awkward and create a bigger rift than necessary. So my personal opinion, I would not go to my in-laws and try to say, come on. I wouldn't do that. What I would do instead is make this a teaching moment. Make this a teaching lesson for my kids. Not everybody looks at gifts as it's super important. They don't value it. And so I would tell my kids that, sure, mom and dad, we listen to you, we get your gift ideas, we pick out the perfect gift, we wrap it special, we do all these things to show you how much we love you. That's what we do. Not everybody does that. Grandma and Grandpa show us love by inviting us over for Sunday barbecue. Grandma and Grandpa show us love by having everyone come over, and they love working in the yard with all their adult kids, having grandkids run around. That's the way they love spending time with us. So gifts, they're not very important to Grandma and Grandpa. But that means even though that it's not important, they're still giving you something. So be grateful. So when you're getting that cash, $20, whatever it is, make sure you say thank you to Grandma and Grandpa, because they're at least still doing that, even though it's not important to them. That's what I would do. If it is really awkward for you and hurtful, you can definitely just cut gifts out altogether as well. Those are just my thoughts. What does the community have to say about